Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Back to Concepts. Today we will discuss about the Newton's second law of motion. In the previous video we discussed about the momentum. So what's the momentum? Momentum is equal to mass multiplied velocity. Okay. So what happened if a force is applying on a body of mass m and having some initial velocity u, and this force is applying for time t. So what's the momentum here? Momentum is equal to mu. And what's the momentum here? Momentum is equal to mv, because here the initial velocity is u and here the final velocity is equal to v. So we can say that this is the initial momentum, okay, and this is the final momentum. So what's the Newton's second law says? The rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the unbalanced force, and the direction of the momentum is same as the direction of the motion. In the previous video we discussed. So what's the momentum? Momentum is a vector quantity and it depends upon the force applied, and the direction of the momentum is same as the direction of the force applied. Okay, so let's convert the definition into the mathematical formulation. The rate of, what's the rate? Rate means with respect to time. Rate of change of momentum. What's the change here? Final momentum, that is equal to change in momentum. So what's the change in momentum here? That is P final minus P initial upon time taken. So what's the final momentum? That is equal to mv. What's the initial momentum? That is equal to mu upon time taken. So if we will take then mass common, so what's the equation become? Equation become mv minus u upon t. From the first equation of motion, we know that v is equal to u plus at. Okay, so what's the acceleration here? Acceleration is equal to v minus u upon time taken. So what is this? This is nothing but acceleration. So we can say that the force is directly proportional to the mass multiply acceleration, and acceleration is also a vector quantity, we already know. When we remove this sign of proportionality, so what happened? There must be a constant of proportionality, that is known as the k, mass multiply acceleration. So here we have to define the 1 Newton. So how we define this 1 Newton? If we will take this mass is equal to 1 kg and acceleration is equal to 1 meter per second square, and the force, then this force is become 1 Newton. And what's the value of k? Must we have to define this 1 Newton? It must be the value of k is equal to 1. So k is equal to 1 multiply 1 divided by 1. So that is equal to 1. Okay, because this is a constant of proportionality, so there is no unit for this constant. So how to define this k? When 1 Newton force is applied on a mass of 1 kilogram, having acceleration is equal to 1 meter per second square. If we put the value of k is equal to 1, what's the equation become? F is equal to ma. Or we can say that acceleration is equal to force multiply mass. Means बॉडी कितनी एक्सेलरेट होगी वो डिपेंड करेगा हम कितनी फोर्स अप्लाई करेंगे. लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल. दिस इज द बॉडी ऑफ मास m, okay, with some initial velocity and with this some initial momentum vi. Let's take this mass is equal to 10 and this initial velocity is equal to 10 meter per second and this is kilogram. So what's the momentum here? That is equal to 100 meter per second, 100 kilogram meter per second. Suppose we apply force of 10 Newton here, and the final velocity become 10 to 50 meter per second. Okay, and the mass is same, that is equal to 10 kilograms. So what's the final momentum here? That is equal to 500 kilogram meter per second. Okay, so what happened if the force is here the 10 times? That means if the force is here 100 Newton applied, so the velocity now become here 100 meter per second. Let's suppose it's an example. Okay, we will take this figure to just understand. Okay. So what's the initial momentum here? 100 kilogram meter per second. And what's the final momentum here? Yeah. That is equal to 1000 kilogram meter per second. So this is the change in momentum. Here change in momentum is equal to 400 kilogram meter per second. But here the change in momentum is equal to 900 kilogram meter per second. So this is the effect of the force. Higher the force, higher the change in momentum. Lower the force, lower the change in momentum. So we can say that lesser the force applied, lesser the body will accelerate. Okay. Higher the force applied, higher the body will accelerate. Okay. So what happens if the force is half? If this force is half, the acceleration is also half. And what happens if the force applied will double and the acceleration is also 2 times? Okay, and we can also define the Newton's second law is like that: acceleration of a body is directly proportional to the force applied and inversely proportional to the mass. Higher the mass, lesser the acceleration. Lesser the mass, higher the acceleration. Okay, let's take an example of a car and a truck. This is a car and this is a truck. Okay, if we apply same force, let's do 100 Newton force on both the objects. What happened? The mass of a truck is very high, so it will accelerate less, and mass of the car is less and it will accelerate more. Okay, so hope you will understand the Newton's second law completely. I apply arrow on some quantity like acceleration, force, velocity, etc. So here the arrow means it is a vector quantity, but it is a good practice is to use arrow on the vector quantity. If you want to skip at the 9th level, you can. There is no marks deduction because of the arrow. Now we discuss some applications of the Newton's second law of motion. आपने जरूर नोटिस किया होगा in a cricket match, when a fast moving ball come to the hand of the fielder took his hand in the backward direction. Why this will happen? We know that when a ball is coming in the hand of the batsman, it will have a great momentum. And when the ball is catched by the fielder, the momentum of the ball becomes 0. So what happens? Here the final momentum becomes 0. Initial momentum is very high. So in this case, the fielder tried to increase the time. If the time is increased, the force he felt after the catch of the ball will be very less. And if he is not doing his hand in the backward, the force exert will be greater, because time taken of the momentum of a ball to become 0 is very less. So that's why fielder move his hand in the backward direction. At that time, it will increase its time so that force apply on the hand from the ball is less. Let's come to the case of a high jumper. अगर एथलीट फॉल होगा हार्ड सरफेस के ऊपर, so he will get no time to change its momentum. The momentum all of a sudden becomes zero. So that's why here the injury is very much. Okay. And what happens if the athlete fall on the sand? The sand will press and it will apply upward force, and then the final momentum becomes zero. So in this case momentum को जीरो होने में बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं लगा. जिस मोमेंटम से आ रहा था all of sudden zero. So injury is greater in this case. But in this case when there is a sand, or we can say that the mattresses, athlete fall on the mattresses or sand and go some upward direction, and at that moment the momentum becomes zero. So यहाँ पर एथलीट को टाइम मिल गया उसका मोमेंटम जीरो होने के लिए, बट यहाँ पर उसको टाइम नहीं मिला. सो दैट्स वाई यहाँ पर टाइम ज्यादा मिल गया. सो दैट्स वाई जो फोर्स होगी बाय दिस सरफेस इज लेस एज कंपेयर टू हेयर. नाउ लेट्स द थर्ड केस, द यूज ऑफ सीट बेल्ट इन द कार. All of a sudden when brakes are applied, the body will move in the forward direction because all of a sudden momentum becomes zero. If there is no seat belt, we will go from the glass of the car outside, because speed of the car is suppose 100 km per hour, and all of a sudden speed becomes zero. When speed becomes zero, its final momentum becomes zero. So there is no time. If there is no time, the force applied will be very high. So that's why the suggestion is this: use seat belt. When we wear seat belt, we will move forward and seat belt will stop, and seat belt will apply opposite force. So that's why less injury will occur. Okay, let's take in another example of glass. If glass will fall on the hard surface and glass will fall on the mattresses, what happened? In this surface the glass will broken, and in this surface the glass will come, jump, and then come to the rest. The funda is same. Here the time taken to the glass to become zero momentum is very less. High momentum glass will fall on the hard surface and all of a sudden momentum becomes zero. So that's why glass will be broken. And when the glass fall on the mattresses, the glass will jump and then come to the rest. So in this case we have to increase the time to fall the glass on the mattresses. So that's why less force is applied. If less force is applied, the glass will fall and then jump, but not broken. But in this case the glass will be broken. So this is the some application we discussed in this video. If you like the video, please give thumbs up in the comment box. Like the video, subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.